Michael Phelps is in some hot water right now. He has acknowledged regrettable behavior and bad judgment after a photo in a British newspaper. If you haven't seen it, here it is. It shows him apparently smoking marijuana. Now, Phelps didn't actually admit to doing it, didn't apologize for it, just said that it was regrettable behavior. How badly does that photo damage the Golden Boy's image and reputation?
I think it definitely damages it because you have to look at this as a cumulative effect.
Yep.
See, this isn't the first time that he's had to come before the nation and issue an apology. He did so in 2004, which again was after the Olympics, where he's got a lot of downtime, where he wasn't in training and he had a DUI. So you put a DUI with now
under 21 years
under
age,
21,
too.
So he's underage drinking. He's also driving drunk, and now you have him doing illegal drugs. Now some people will say, well, he's 23, he's got a lot of money, it's just marijuana, but I think it shows a lack of respect for what he's accomplished, a lack of respect for his family and for the people who have stood behind him, and definitely a lack of respect for his sponsors who are paying him money to represent his image in a certain way. I'm not saying this is unforgivable. I'm not saying any of his medals need to be stripped, but I think that Michael Phelps needs to grow up.
Okay, and I'm going to take it one step farther. I believe he will lose most, if not all, of his endorsements and hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue here. Do you disagree?
I do disagree because I think he's locked into some long-term things, and I don't know if they're really going to just
But all of those
out.
contracts
they have
likely have an out.
Yeah, the morality
public
clause.
embarrassment.
Exactly.
The
but
difference here,
he's
he's not baseball, basketball, football. His advertising appeal is based on the Olympic ideal of the Wheaties box, the dedicated boy next door with mom right at his side, right? Isn't that the sort of the image that they projected? And I'm glad he finally got exposed because, as you say, he's been daring the devil here a little bit along the way, quite a bit, starting with the DUI, but there have been other internet incidents that I don't know how much credibility to put into.
Right. There's definitely some photos taken.
Right?
Of him.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely some photos. And I also thought his advisors looked equally bad in trying to buy off the News of the World publication and try to stop the picture being published.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, now he's established a clear pattern. You know, if a guy does something, or an athlete, a celebrity, and they do it one time, or it's just kind of a real big aberration, you can say, okay, you know what, they learn, things happen, he's young, but we're seeing a history here. We're seeing someone who willingly kind of skirts the edge a little bit, who seems to get in these situations where he has a lot of time and he doesn't know what to do with it.
We've seen other athletes go through this cycle before. Reach stardom, hundreds of millions of dollars in endorsement deals, and then trouble. Kobe lost a lot of his sponsors, but we've seen he's repaired his image and he's gathered many of them back. Can he rebuild his image?
Again,
Michael Phelps?
people
or is
more forgiving of the NBA player, to me, than the Olympic ideal. And by the way, don't use as an excuse, I'm only 23, because in Olympic years, to me, after 2 Olympics, I think you're kind of an old guy, right? I mean, seriously. I mean, I think you're a mature Olympian.
Right. Well, with him, see, he's been through it before. See, he should have learned the first time that I can't just be caught out there. I'm not the average person anymore. I'm a household name. I've been on commercials and the Today Show and all this other stuff. He should have learned from that experience to know I can't make the bad judgment of not only doing something illegal, but, you know, he's at a house party. I mean, I don't know. Does he know anybody there? You know, you're in a situation.
Bad judgment, for sure.
Yeah, you're in a situation where you're asking for somebody to pull out a camera phone and make you the latest joke.